Hey Danny, some feedback for you from your past 5 games. I sent over some feedback on your laning phase specifically. I'm gonna keep that separate because I think it's just too much for one video. So real quick, I need you to turn up your mic. In your POVs, I can barely hear your voice. Double check that setting for me. For today's video, I just want to focus on the topics on the screen here. So the first couple are like quicker, so I'm just calling them like miscellaneous items, like your builds, timing summoner spells, pink wards. I think those are quicker to go over. Some level 1 things. Warding, your ward positions and your ward quality, I'm having a bigger issue with. Playing on our jungler's timer, playing on the same tempo, that's really important. Mid waves, something that I think you're getting better at, but I think this is really important, so I'm bullying this one. And then some team fighting and macro things that I want us to take a look at. Okay, so I'm very happy that you're starting to time flashes and things like that, right? I noticed it in, I think, your first game of this scrim, but I think you like forgot or stopped doing it in your second and third games, right? Because it's not built into your muscle memory just yet. Please continue to do the flash timers. You're not timing them exactly right. So for flashes, right, the default is 5 minutes, but there's a couple things that lower the cooldown of summer spells. The first one is Cosmic Insight, and that brings flash down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And then the second one is Lucidity Boots. I don't care that much about Lucidity Boots because not many people are just going it anymore because of how broken Swifties are. So I wouldn't worry about this one too much. But yeah, with Cosmic Insight, it's no longer 5 minutes, right? So if you're still timing it as 5 minutes, then it's going to be wrong and it's going to lead to some bad things happening. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. That's the one you need to remember. Okay. I think mid late game, there's a lot more things to think about, right? So if you're feeling overwhelmed that there's too many sums to track, right? At the end of the day, the most important ones to track are the ones for the enemy carries, the enemy Syndra, the enemy Smolder. If they don't have flash, they should have a very hard time playing the next fight. Do you understand? So those are the most important ones I would track. Okay. And then with pink wards, so you're not buying enough pinks, and this is stemming from solo queue because, I mean, pink wards are just not as important in solo queue. I just want you to follow these rules for now on your melee supports. So like Nautilus, Pike. I'm also counting Bard and Thresh as melee supports. Basically, the supports that are better at roaming. I want you to buy 1 pink per base until your first core. That's like early game. Even if you don't have your first item, I still want you to buy 1 pink per base because pinks are super, super useful when you're roaming. And then once you finish your first core, for example, Locket of the Iron Solari, I need you to up that count to 2 pinks per base. Okay? On the range supports, we're going to buy fewer pinks because your items are more important. Like Shurelia's, Mandate, Liandry's, Moonstone, those are honestly big item spikes. So we want to hit those earlier. But you're still not buying enough pink wards. So let's stick with these rules. No pinks until your first core item. Once you get that first core item, 1 pink per base. And then once you get your second core item, I need you to up it again to 2 pinks per base. Okay? In terms of builds, so you're not on this game, you are rushing Knight's Vow. I'm not a fan of, I guess first of all, this Knight's Vow item, you can really only put it on Yone this game. It's not very good on Ziggs or like AP carries in general, right? That's my first point. Usually we want to Knight's Vow or AD carry. It's harder for you to get value out of Knight's Vow if you're going to be Knight's Vowing Yone because in the mid late game stages of the game, you are usually like playing with your ADC or you're escorting your ADC to get the mid waves and then you can move together. I just don't think there's a lot of value with Knight's Vow this game, even if you did put it on Yone. I'd rather you just have Locket. Okay. And then your Zyra games, I want you to try a few things. People on Zyra support are maxing E, and you're maxing Q. What is the benefit of maxing E? So Q obviously gives you more damage, but E increases the root duration, which I think is pretty nice. I do think you should at least try it. This is Korea Masters Plus, right? Everyone is going Emax still. So there's definitely a reason why they're going Emax, so I want you to try it. Okay? So from OPGG, it looks like it's Emax into Qmax. Lehans recently is going Emax into Wmax for more seeds, but Barrel from like January is going Emax into Qmax. My recommendation would still be to just go off the stats, and I think Qmax is probably still better. You can play around with that part. Okay? With your runes, I know, yeah, you're going this for primary, which I'm good with. So for secondary, I know you're going precision with like the haste rune cut down. I want you to try something else. This page against range supports like the Melio and the Nami you've played against in the past couple of days. This is a pretty greedy page because you're getting free boots, but I think this is worth. You don't need the early boots against like a range support typically. On top of that, like the free boots, saving 300 gold is super nice, right? Because Zyra's items are not like the typical enchanter support items. Enchanter support items are actually pretty cheap. They're like 2200 gold roughly, right? But Zyra support items are like carry items. It's like Liandry's, Rylai's, those are much more expensive. There's some games where you even have to build Oblivion Orb, right? Because Zyra applies Oblivion Orb so easily. That's another 800 gold down the drain. So if you can save 300 gold, it's insane value. You understand what I mean? So I want you to go to this page against range supports. And then against melee supports, I want you to try this page, right? Because we do need the early boots against melee supports, or you're going to have a lot of issues because they're just going to engage on you because they're faster than you. You know what I mean? So this page allows you to buy boots early, and then you'll always get Taste of Blood value because it's a melee support. And then Relentless Hunter is kind of nice if you need to match their roams. Okay. Okay, and then with your actual build, yeah, obviously Liandry's is a must-have, right? This item's just so good with Zara. Against the range supports, it makes sense for you to be rushing Faded Ashes. This is more damage. But against the melee supports, I want you to rush Haunting Guys because we're going to need that extra HP. Okay, like I'm serious. It doesn't matter if you're going to do more damage, if you're going to get one shot, then that's not worth it. And then I know you really like the double burn. You like going Liandry's into Blackfire. I'm going to veto this because on supports, you just don't have a lot of gold income in the first place. In solo queue, it's different because, you know, there's constant fighting and you're going to be taking extra waves in solo queue because people are dying randomly and people are bad. But in competitive, you are never making it to 3 items on support. You should build with the mentality that you can only make it to 2 core items on support. Okay? So the best 2 core items for you should be Liandry's plus Rylai's, okay? Yeah, I feel like you're like a Rylai's hater, but I'm telling you, this item is so broken on Zyra. It's obviously less damage than Blackfire Torch, but Rylai's gives you that nice slow that helps create space for our carries. Zyra support does do a lot of damage, but you are still not the main carry. You understand? The slow from Rylai's is so nice for creating space for our carries so that they can play the fights better. And then the extra HP from Rylai's, right, 400 health, that's a lot. The extra HP you get from Rylai's is also super nice. So you're not one shot when you're warding and shit. They have to commit more to kill you, and that's good because you're playing support. In a lot of these games, right, obviously you can position better, but sometimes there's not much you can do better, right? And you're not always going to be playing perfect. No one is ever going to be playing perfect. Now, that game where you're dying 21 times, I'm sure you could probably halve those deaths if you just built something like Rylai's. Do you understand? Okay, and when you're building Rylai's, this is going to be your second core. So if you have Liandry's already, I want you to build the Giant's Belt before the Blasting Wand or the Amplifying Tome. Liandry's is already enough damage from a Zyra support in the mid game. I don't need more damage from the Blasting Wand or the Amp Tome. I need you to survive longer. I need you to be tankier. We should value the HP from Giant's Belt a lot higher. Okay? So this should be something like your Zyra build. Do you see? Liandry's Rush, right? Maybe an Orb if you need it. Giant Spell for sure, though. I don't really play much Zyra support, but I'm watching your games, right? This champ is so squishy. I need you to play for lane more. There's some instances where you're just too underleveled. You're roaming too much, okay? You need to play for lane more. You need to get XP so that you can be relevant in this game. So you're not just one shot every single time, okay? Okay, some level 1 things that I'm noticing in every single game that you're doing, right? So I want you to contest this bush more. This bush is super important, right? Because it prevents the enemy mid from doing shit like this, right? Where they're just chunking our mid laner for free. And to be honest, the enemy support should also be contesting this bush. But she might be scared because you're playing Nautilus. You see what I mean? It's like a bit of a 50-50 because when the game starts, both supports should be beelining for this bush and control of this bush. But there's like a bit of mind games involved because when the supports enter this bush, they don't know if the entire enemy team is backing you. I'd say think about the level 1 dynamics a little bit more. If our team is stronger level 1, you should be able to take control of this bush. But my biggest feedback is that you should at least try and contest this bush more. Okay? This game, we do a little invade. We get nearly slash level 1. You come back bot to cover our bot jungle. That's good. Yeah, you basically run straight bot. But my feedback here is I want you to linger a little bit longer here. Okay? Like maybe until probably like 115. Because if you go straight bot right now, like it's just opening a pocket where the enemy could still invade, right? Or they could drop a ward. There's no reason for you to be bot ASAP. So just linger a bit longer. Okay? And then you can go bot. It depends how you guys are feeling level 1, right? If your level 1 is stronger, you can enter bot together like this. Otherwise, you should just loop around. Okay? one more thing with level ones, right? So this is Zyra specific. We should be incentivized to like set up our plants in lane level one with Zyra, which means that it doesn't really make that much sense for you to linger here for very long or at all. When the game starts, we should talk about whether we're gonna 5-man come and help you push the enemy out so that we can make sure you get your seeds set up. Or maybe like just you and David come bot, but then basically this pocket needs to be covered in some way, right? So then Henry should probably adjust and stand here. Does that make sense? Okay. Because if you're able to get seeds level 1 for lane and not get punished, it's like super broken for your lane. That just guarantees prio. Okay, that's it for level 1. Next topic is on warding. Yeah, this is honestly the biggest issue I'm having. I could have probably organized this better, but I'm just going to go through it game by game. Okay, here, this is the status of the game. I see Aurora bot. Yone is going bot to catch the bot wave. Our Ziggs is coming from base. We don't feel super safe here just yet. Yeah, anyways, you end up putting your ward here. Just a small comment. This ward is better because we don't need actual vision of the objective yet because it's not up. This is better because it just gives us more information. We get information of the actual rivers. So this is your Zyra game. Put one ward here, that's fine. This is a common thing I'm seeing from you actually. Like when you're walking, you don't ward as you're walking. I want you to put one more word here. This word is pretty good as well. Okay, basically like any of these like big ledges or big walls, if you ward over the wall or the ledge, it's super nice. That's like super applicable for like the Baron wall. Warding over the Baron wall here is really nice. Same thing on the dragon side, warding over this dragon pit, super nice, right? But it's the same idea with this kind of wall or this ledge. Warding over here is pretty good. You can get that ward by just standing here and just warding over. Okay. Next clip, we see them all topside, or topside mid, so you can get some wards on the bot side. I'm just saying your wards could be a little bit better here. Unfortunately, we don't have any turrets this game. We don't have mid turret or bot turret. So like technically, you could get like some super deep wards, right? You could get ward here, here, and like maybe here. But you don't have too much time because we don't have super deep waves because we don't have the first turret in either mid or bot. So yeah, I would say adjust your ward positioning based on what turrets are up. So the best wards for you right now are like this one, and then maybe, I forgot the bot situation, but you can probably get one in the red bush here. Okay, and we'll start with those two. But let's see what you end up doing. So this ward is better because our second ward we're trying to get in the red bush, right? And if you get a ward in the red bush, that should cover what this ward covers. Does that make sense? This ward would be better because it's a little bit deeper. Okay? Right, but instead of helping our Volibear hit this camp, which he doesn't need help with, you should just hurry up and drop your second ward in the red bush. Okay? And I'm not talking like super deep in the red bush. I'm just talking about like the edge of the red bush so that we can also see if they come through this path. Okay? Okay, next clip. Alright, so based on what we talked about, I want you to have a pink here because you have your first core. I would rather you pink this bush. From what I'm seeing, you like almost always drop a normal ward in the line bushes. A pink word in this bush is so much better. Okay, we want control of this bush because it dictates who has mid push, and yeah, mid push is everything. So in the future, I want to see you pink warding the line bushes. That way you have 3 normal wards for other shit on that side. Okay, same thing here though. You're walking top to dive the Zoe because she's trolling. As you're walking, just drop a ward over this ledge, just right here, so it has vision of like the blue grump. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so this is, we're prepping for this dragon. Once again, I would like you to have a pink word here to pink this bush. Look how important this bush is. If you have control of this bush's vision, it's everything. The second word that you place here, right, this word is so useless because we can actually hold the space here. If we, for some reason, can't hold the space and we're forced to retreat, then you can drop this word. But right now, this word has no value. Okay, this one, so they are going to the drag. We can't fight this drag because our Volibear is top. That's fine. So you're going to go ward their top side. We're going to play super hard top side because they're all in drag. That's good. I think it's still good to drop a pink here because, you know, maybe after the dragon, right, they contest mid push. Maybe they cross or whatever, right? I think a pink in this bush is just super broken. Super nice. This first ward is just completely useless. This is not deep enough. And 2 seconds later, you drop a deeper ward, which just makes this ward completely useless. You know what I'm saying? And then this ward's good. Okay. If you didn't waste your first word, I think a third ward could be like even here or even in this bush. It's not bad. Okay. Okay, this is your putt game. We get mid push. Yeah, just make sure David can get this wave. So you should look one time. He looks good. He looks fine in this scenario. So you can start getting your words off. Yeah, you should always feel pretty good about getting this word off, right? Because we have mid push, right? So our Varus can help us. And on top of that, you're playing Pike, who's pretty slippery. So. And then honestly, they're going to clear this pink, so I would just put a normal word down here because you should expect that this pink gets cleared. Okay? you can stay on this side a little bit longer. So you don't need to go back mid right now because we just killed the mid wave. So you should stay here a little bit longer. You can even put one ward over here to see if someone's coming. Does that make sense? Imagine if we had a ward, like a super deep ward here. We would be able to prep this play, right? Okay, here, so David died. You're coming from base. I'm okay with this first ward. That's fine. Okay, but now we know they're all here. Because someone's actively clearing your ward, we see the Udyr. Okay? So the issue here is we can't defend the wards you place down. This first ward is fine, just for some information. But I need you to like stop wasting your wards at this point, right? Because it looks like we're playing for this dragon. So I want you to have more wards readily available for this dragon. Your first ward already got the information we needed, and it's not like they're doing Herald because we have a ward on Herald. So just save your ward here. This is a mistake from us because if we can't ward this side, then we should get mid push and then reassess. We go after mid push to defend, or we just play hard on the other side of the map. Okay? Same thing here. You're walking top. We saw them following you top side. Just drop a ward here as you're walking up, but you don't. And of course they're going to come here. Alright, same feedback again. Right now we're playing on top half of the map. We're moving all our units topside. Same thing, right? I think pink ward here, super valuable. You have Umbral Glaive, so it's fine. But the idea is, yeah, you want to make sure we deny vision in this bush. Your first ward is not deep enough. So it's good that you're fogging here. I think you can hold off on this ward a little bit. You can just human ward in this bush, okay? But it's good that you're fogging. But basically what we want to happen is we one-shot the next mid wave, and then together we help you get deep vision, and we help Henry push all the way in. Does that make sense? So just be a little bit patient here, right? It's good that you're fogging, but you can just fog here to effectively get this ward's vision. Okay? So we one-shot this wave. Now you feel comfortable getting this ward because we got the mid wave. But then this just makes this ward completely useless, you know what I'm saying? And then your next ward should be here. Drop this ward as you're moving to top to kill this guy who's inting. Okay, here it's going to be 5v5. We are looking to play this drag fight. My feedback here is you need to relax a little bit with the wards. Be patient, okay? This first ward is okay because maybe Silas is chilling in this bush. So we need vision in the bush, that's fine. Okay, but the focus should be on this mid wave next, okay? But yeah, anyways, like a fight breaks out already. I need you to hurry up and ward over the ledge because this ledge is omega mega important. And then move your pink on this line bush because this denying this vision is super important once again, okay? That's how we get control of this drag. If we deny this bush and we get mid push, they can never walk in this way. You understand? That's generally the feedback though. This ward needs to be faster. Okay? And then you need to drop a pink here. Something bad could have happened. Maybe Brian felt compelled to put this pink ward because he knows how important this vision is, right? So you need to hurry up and drop your ward. If the size had Malphite ult in this example and he's waiting over the wall and we don't have vision of him, we're just going to get pentakilled. You understand? Okay, this is your Thresh game. Yeah, you'll see like a lot of similarities in the feedback I'm providing because like typically like supports ward in the same way because that's just like our habit. You ward this bush normally. Once again, pink ward better in this bush. Okay? Because like if they had a ward in this bush, for example, then they would see you walking in. So we need to deny this vision. Okay? But by picking this ward, it lets you use 3 normal wards on whatever side you're going to, which is really nice. You could ward here, you could ward here, you could even ward here or here. That's the additional benefit. Okay, next clip here. Same feedback. Pink in this bush. Okay, this ward is the fakest ward I've ever seen. We want to adjust our vision line based on what turrets are available. So the best wards you can place are ward 1 here, ward 2 here, okay? But this ward is shit because if they come this way, we would never see them with this ward. In the future, if you ever decide to put a ward in this bush, it should be on the edge, like here, okay? If you're able to get this ward and the ward in the red bush, those two accomplish what this ward does and more. It's like actually baiting us because we think we're safe here, but we don't even know if they're coming. Okay, here we think they're going Drake, so then we're going to play hard topside. This is your chance to get deep wards. There should at least be a ward here. I think you can get this ward off, but for sure there should be something in this area, okay? Right now only Cho'Gath is showing on drags. We're not like 100% certain they're on drag. We just think there's like a good chance. Yeah, basically the ideal wards for you are here, here, and then something in this area. But I don't know why you're running straight top. It's not like we're diving whoever's top on this wave because this wave is already dead. If anything, it's this wave. So you have time to get your ward 1, your ward 2, and then if we're playing for a dive, you can still dive. This ward is useless because if someone shows on the wave, we're going to dive. And like our Skarner is already here. And then now you realize you're going to replace your wards. Maybe it's because of the fact that you saw Nidalee. Okay, this is another mistake actually. So when you're initially walking up, hit the scrying orb, just point it in this direction. That should give you the safety that you need. But no matter what, we need a ward somewhere here. Okay? If you scry this way and you don't see anyone, then you can do the words I'm talking about, right? Word 1, word 2, and then we loop around. Okay? Word 3 should be somewhere like here. Okay, I'm not sure exactly, right? Depends. Right? But you replace your words too slow. What you're doing here is good because you need to make it back in time to help David with this mid wave. So what you're doing is good. So it's very obvious that they're on dragon. You can just stay here so David can kill this wave high, and then once it's established that David can kill this wave no problem, you just go back top. But like the way you're posturing isn't aggressive enough. It's like you're leaning like you're running away. But we still have time. Generally, we want to play on the same timer as our jungler. Our jungler is still hitting enemy camps, so you should still stay on the map. You should still stay on the same side as our jungler. If you recall right now and you try and take bot side vision by yourself, you are going to die because it's comp and the enemy team should be doing the exact same thing, where after dragon or even right now, they're taking vision of our bot quadrant. So if you go there by yourself with no vision, they will kill you. Okay? So here, after the mid wave, you need to go back top, and then we need to reassess the situation. Maybe we can dive this Zed. Maybe we can dive on this wave after our Skarner finishes red buff. Which is what we end up doing, basically. We didn't kill him, but that's the idea. So you should have been here on this play, but you're just late. You understand? And at the end of the day, we basically traded. We got top tier 2, and we lost mid tier 1, but that's worth it. Okay, so here I want you to think about a few things. From our Skarner's perspective, what does he want to do? He wants to get his bot camps. Okay, and then from a team perspective, I've been harping this on you guys, right? But we want to be strong siding Henry, who's bot right now. Okay, so your vision should reflect that. Your vision should end up being somewhere here. Okay, there's no objectives or anything like that. Your first ward here, I'm okay with. One ward on weak side is fine because we have 4 wards to spare. We still have 3 wards to play on the strong side. The second ward is too much. Okay, and then you drop a third ward here. And this ward is just completely useless. What does this ward actually do for us? Our Gragas is coming to play 2 lanes. He's not going to be pushing anymore. Even if he was continuing to push top, this ward is useless for him. So it's basically like you wasted 3 wards and we haven't even started playing like the setup yet. You know what I'm saying? Like now you have 1 ward left for this half of the map. So what should happen? What should happen is you place this 1 ward and then we play for mid wave. When we get mid wave in, then we play for bot side vision, and you have 3 wards for that. Okay? Like just imagine if you had 3 wards here, then you could ward here, then you could ward here. You need to replace this ward because we need to cover this pocket. This pocket is super important. Yone should be fine here because, well, he's playing Yone. I need you to get this ward quick, and then our Yone should back off after this wave, and then we should go back to the mid wave. Do you understand? Everything's about the mid wave. Like where the mid wave is. We don't need to die here. Okay. Worst case, our Skarner gives his red buff, but we should never die in this scenario, right? And you can help that with your wards. Okay, this is your Zyra game. This ward is a lot better because it's on the very tip, right? But the wards you're doing in your Thresh game, right? That shit was trash. That shit was hella fake, okay? I want you to walk in here, put your second ward here, okay? Having vision over the ledge, super important, okay? Right here, okay, so what ends up happening is like we lost a fight bot and then David kept pushing mid. So yeah, you have a lot of freedom here. So when David's dead like this, our top laner's dead and he doesn't have TP. Ain't no way we're fighting this drag. And the mid wave is already here. It's like super deep. Just start warding here. Start lighting this side up. But instead, what do? You're like confused, man. Like this ward is so useless. It's so shallow. We're not defending this drag. There's no fucking way we're defending this drag. So go, hurry up and drop your vision here. We're like lost. This is such a waste of time. Okay, here, so I forgot what happens. You find a timer to drop some deep vision and you're feeling good, right? So yeah, good. Ward 1, good. Ward 2, good. Ward 3 by Crux is pretty good, so just put it over here. Okay, just over the ledge right here. Okay, that's it. Okay, next topic is playing with your jungler. So Max was able to kill most of this wave pretty high. There's no mid wave to play for. Okay? Your pathing doesn't make sense, right? You path like this. Okay? You should play with our jungler. You guys should work together to try and defend this turret. Let's say a different world, Max wasn't able to get this wave and kill most of this wave before it got to turret, and then Max just dies for free. Okay? In that different world, would you be able to hold this siege by yourself? It's quite hard, right? What's better is for you to like try and do something together. If you guys are on different pages, then we're just losing on both sides. Okay? Okay, same thing in this Zyra game. So our AD carry's dead, Max is dead. You could get this mid wave, but it's not that important when you're playing support, right? What's more important is that you're playing with our jungler. So our jungler is playing topside. We can kill the Aatrox, so you should already go topside, okay? You should be beelining top because you cannot hold this by yourself. You will get one shot. Like, where are you going, bro? We're not defending this drag. How can we defend this drag when our jungler's top? Just go and play on this half of the map. Where are you going? Okay, next topic is on mid waves. I need you to be a little bit faster on the mid waves still. We would never be able to get mid prio here because David's late, but you should be here to defend a potential dive because David might just get dove. Okay, you open mid, that's good. We need to make sure David's actually safe on this wave. This wave isn't ours just yet because it's a cannon wave. If this was not a cannon wave, David would just one-shot this and leave. Alright, you need to hover him a little bit longer, okay? This Lucian should not be able to dash in here like this. Do you understand? Okay, last topic is on some team fighting, positioning, and some micro, okay? Just some minor feedback here. So right here, enemy interrupts is griefing, right? You don't have E. You even pinged that you don't have E, right? So when the Volibear lands the stun here, you should just throw your R. You should just commit, okay? We need to throw your ult so we can guarantee this kill. I would rather you use your ulti than Zeri ult. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, okay, here, there's a top fight that's about to happen. This is where we're kind of split, but we do have 5 members in the area. We should only commit to this Udyr if we think we can one-shot him. Does that make sense? But it's a bit hard with our champs. So if we can't one-shot him, it's better if you just play for this fight that's about to happen, right? Because we have more members here and we have more tools here. Okay, that's my feedback for you there. Okay, and then my last comment for you is just like some team fight positioning, and this is for our team in general. So here you get engaged on, it's fine. You flash away, that's good. Okay, but we need to think about the concave. The concave is like the idea that like we're in some sort of line, concave arc. Immediately you need to adjust your positioning so that you're like a little bit over here. That way we're in more of a line formation. Okay? The idea of the concave is that we're not clumping. Right? It's really bad to clump because the enemy can throw spells that hit multiple teammates at a time. That's really bad for us. Okay? I want you to stand like a little bit more up. Okay? You can still DPS from this angle. It's a nice ulti. Even here, you should be standing a little more to the left, right here. Okay? Right? Our Ornn fills in that space. That's good, right? We want to keep this line. And what the Volibear is doing is retreating. This is good, right? We're going to extend the arc like this. This is good. But here, Ornn steps in because he needs to land the ulti. That's fine. Then you need to fill this space. Okay, you should not clump with our carries. This line is too small. We need to extend the line. And this Orianna ult should not happen. This could have been like a really big deal. I'm glad it wasn't, but you should not get caught in this ult. Okay, that's the idea. Alright.